Welcome to this Home Access Plus version 7 installation and configuration guide. Please note that the Home Access Plus version 7 changes the way that it is installed and configured. To start off, you will need to remote desktop into a server of your choice. Browse to the C drive, inetpub, root, and create a new folder called HAP, Home Access Plus. Please note if you are using an old version of Home Access Plus, the default folder is usually extranet. In version 7 this has changed to HAP so you can coexist the two during testing and development phases. If you are not using the C drive, inetpub root as your www root folder, you will need to slightly adjust the installation guide. In here you will need to extract the contents of the Home Access Plus web installation file that can be obtained from hap.codeplex.com. Once you have extracted the files you need, you will need to do some slight permission changes. But first of all, we will need to access IIS. Once you have launched IIS, you will need to access the application pools. You will note that in previous versions of Home Access Plus you have been told to slightly adjust the configuration of the Home Access Plus application pool. This is no different in version 7 and does not affect previous versions. Right-click on the HAP application pool and go to Basic Settings. Confirm that it is version 4 of the framework and it is using integrated pipeline mode. Then right-click and go Advanced Settings. In Advanced Settings, confirm that the identity of the process model is Application Pool Identity. If this is anything other than Application Pool Identity, please create a new HAP application pool that is the application pool identity. What we will now need to do is do some permission changes on the Home Access Plus folder. To do this, browse to your Home Access Plus installation folder, right-click in the blank space and go Properties. In Properties, go to the Security tab, Advanced, change permissions, and untick the Include Inheritable Permissions for this object's parents. This will remove all permissions. Then you will need to add domain admins with full control, the system with full control, and the Home Access Plus application pool. The Home Access Plus application pool can be found by going Add, changing the location to the local machine, in this case CHS03, clicking OK, and searching for IIS app pool /HAP or whatever you have called your application pool. Clicking OK will add the Home Access Plus application pool. You will then need to add traverse folder, list and read data, read attributes, and read extended attributes, as well as read permissions. Basically, your read and execute permissions. Once added, you should have under permissions read and execute. OK, OK, and OK. Now, right-click on the app data folder, go Properties, select the Security tab. In here, you will need to select HAP, click Edit, select HAP again, and check the Modify option. This will allow Home Access Plus to edit the Home Access Plus folder. Inside application data, confirm that there is a temp folder that has been created. If a temp folder has not been created, create it now by right-clicking New Folder and calling it temp. Once this has been created, go back into IIS Information Services Manager, expand Sites, expands Default Website. You should see Home Access Plus as a folder. Right click on this folder and go Convert to Application. If it is already an application, just confirm its settings. Confirm via going into basic settings that it is using the HAP application pool or application pool that you have defined. Now we will need to do some slight reconfiguration of the IIS application authentication systems. Under IIS, double click on Authentication. Confirm that anonymous authentication and forms authentication are enabled. All other authentication methods are not supported in HAP version 7. On anonymous authentication, right-click and go Edit. Confirm that this is not a specific user and in fact uses the application pool identity. Click OK. Once this has been completed, you are cleared to start Home Access Plus. To do this, launch your web browser and point it at the URL of your Home Access Plus installation. In this case, I'm going to be using my fully qualified domain name. At the end of HAP, make sure you type in setup.aspx. By default, you should be auto-redirected to this file. Once you are here, you can see that I have some slight configuration information already entered. In this case, you can see that I've entered the school name, the school website address, and you can see that I have a green tick under General, meaning that I've completed this section. As you can see from the top, if you do not use a feature, you do not need to complete its section. Under Active Directory, you can see that I have a couple of things missing due to the red X. This is basically just the password. I am now going to type in my password for the administrator account. You should now see a green tick. If you now click on the options and go down the list, you can see that you now have a nice Active Directory browser to help you out when you're doing configuration changes. In this case, it's asking me where the student group is. You can see that I can click on any group in the system. You can see that I cannot select an organizational unit. This is by design to stop you from doing any silly configuration changes. In this case, I am going to scroll down and just select CHS students. Further down the list, you can see that I've already added some AD organizational units. This is quite simple to do. Enter the name, choose whether to ignore or not ignore it on any user generational drop-down menus for the booking system or help desk, and then choose the organizational path. This is not a group, instead this is an OU. So in this case, say for instance, I want to add the other students. You can see that it will type in the OU path for me, and there is no need to enter it manually. If you do, however, want to enter it manually, use the Tab key to go down to the list. You can see here that I have a web proxy server enabled and I have its address entered, and I have a green tick in its section. In the SMTP, you can see that I have enabled it and I have our SMTP server, the name that we send from, as well as the email address. Under Logon Tracker, you can see that I am using the SQL connection string that is defined in the web.config file. By default, this will be XML, meaning that it will save any Logon Tracker usage in XML files. If you want to use the SQL server, please use SQL connection string and see the other installation videos for enabling the Logon Tracker via SQL server. You can see I have the override code in, and the number of student logons and the number of staff logons. Further down I have the announcement box, which I show to all and allow editing to domain admins. As usual, you can select and you get the group builder up on this case. You can see that I have a custom group added called domain admins. You can click on the search box to search for another organizational unit. Or search for another group. Clicking OK will update the box. You can type into the box manually by clicking on it, cancelling the group builder, or moving the group builder out of the way and then just typing at the end. I do not recommend this, however. You can, in the box next to the search option, just type in a manual option for the group and click Add. You can highlight an existing group and go Remove. Under the Tabs option, these are the tabs that are shown at the top of the home page and allow the users to quickly navigate between features. In this case, on the Me tab, you can see that you can customize the name, who it's shown to, who's allowed to update the Me tab, and whether or not to show your disk space for your home drive. By default, these are the default settings. To allow the password box shown to all, allow the bookings shown to just a specific group, you will need to change these group names because they are not on your system. You will also need to update the tickets. Under link groups, you can see the default groups that are added and the default options that are available to you. To add a new group, which is the top level of the group, just click Add a Group and enter the name and who is it shown to. You can reorder the groups by simply dragging and dropping. To edit a group, just click on Edit. You can delete a group or add a new link. To edit an existing link, just simply click on it. You can see then the default settings for this link. To delete a link, just simply hit the X on the side saying Remove. You can reorder these links by simply dragging and dropping. You will see under Managements a new item saying HAP plus config, allowing you to get to the setup page from the home page if you've forgotten the address. Next, we have the booking system. You can see here that the defaults are set up. By default, there are no lessons or resources defined. You will need to add these resources and lessons. You can also edit and delete these lessons after the fact by going Add, choosing a lesson, choosing a type of lesson, the name, and choosing a start time. Clicking on the start time will give you a slightly easier way of formatting the start time. Please note that for 12 PM, that's midday, you will need to select the PM option and drag the slider all the way to the end. Resources, on the other hand, as you can see here, are defined in the resource blocks. ICT1 is at the top. It is an enabled option with NN at the end. Its admins are inherited. You can add additional admins by typing in admin, and by typing in the admin in the additional admins box. This is usernames separated by commas. By editing a group, you can see additional options available to you. Scrolling down the list further, you can see subjects. Under subjects, you can see specific subjects that are available. You can add additional subjects by just going to Add. You can also delete or edit existing subjects. By default, General is the only subject. Next is the My School Computer browser. Here is fairly familiar to anybody who's used Home Access Plus before. You can see the extensions that are hidden, delimited by a semicolon, and then the mappings. You can see here that the end drive is mapped to the home directory. You can click on it and edit this option by enabling the move and other options available, including changing the usage modes to quota server and enabling the move. You can add additional mappings by clicking Add. For the setup page, we recommend that you use Chrome, Internet Explorer 9 or Firefox, as Internet Explorer 8 or below have some slight issues with jQuery. Once you have finished, just hit the Save button. The system will then save the web.config file and give you a warning message about some little configuration changes you need to make. These include going into the web.config file at the root, scrolling all the way down and changing this location path. Full details are explained on the message once you've hit save. If you want to see what the configuration setup is saving, you can go into the app data folder, find the HAP config XML file, right clicking, opening with Notepad, and you can see here the XML file for the Home Access Plus installation. You can edit at any time this file, and Home Access Plus will refresh its back-end systems with the updated information. And this completes the installation and setup guide for Home Access Plus version 7. We hope that you have enjoyed it.